Hi, my name is Keisha, and I am a New York State certified school counselor. I became an expat when I accepted a 2-year position at an American international school in Guangzhou, China. Now, the school that I worked at was in a very rural area in Guangzhou that I discovered that I was like the only black person in this particular area. And as a result, that proved to be very difficult in my integrating into Chinese society. I ended up, keeping to myself and having anxiety when I would go out because every time I left my house, people were taking my photographs, staring at me, and, just because they were curious because they hadn't seen a black person in real life. It also frustrated me when I began to realize what the perception of what black people are. This is an ad from a ferry talking about Ebola and the people who carry it, and it didn't make me feel well about that. So I wanted to leave. After my contract expired, I accepted a position in Nigeria, and it proved out to be the best thing that I've done so far. To be able to go to a salon and get my hair done where I know that they're going to do it right. That was like the absolute highlight of my life. To be able to date. Moving to China, I knew from jump that I said I was not going to date anybody because I don't date outside of my race. Coming to Nigeria opens up a new ball of possibilities. Living here, and the climate is pretty similar from Guangzhou to Nigeria. So, the same palm trees, same beautiful weather, rainy seasons, and so forth. But living here, it's given me a sense of autonomy because I'm able to really be a part of this society, whereas living in China, I was more so in a bubble. We were shuttled everywhere. We couldn't own cars. We took the metro, and everything took super duper long to get to. Well, I'm learning here that I'm able to come and go as I please. And one of the major purchases that I've gotten since I've come here is I purchased a vehicle, and I got my driver's license, and I hired a driver. Being able to just go and not have to wait on anybody, not having to take a train that's going to take me 2 hours. Yeah, this is just seeing everyday life, people bickering on the streets. I get to feel a part of that. Like, I live here. I'm not visiting. I found a home. And looking at everything that Nigeria has to offer, it's made me want to become vested in this particular society. And one of the things that we are doing is we're learning to give back to one of the local government schools it's really poorly funded. In this video here, you're seeing, it looks like a mess compared, what we would think in the States. But this is actually a welding shop for high school students at this particular school. And my current school, we are in the process of helping them to fix their school and to try to get them better equipment. But, things are not easy, but I don't know. I just feel more comfortable, I feel safe, I feel accepted. Now, it's not to say that when I go out that, I blend in, because I don't. Even though I am black and I'm living in Nigeria, there are people who, they still look at me. They know that I'm not from here or that I'm American, and instantly, if I'm buying something in the market, the price is going to go up, But with all of the things that happen here as far as like the infrastructure, I'm more comfortable here than anywhere than I've ever been. It feels natural. And if I decide that I ever want to go someplace where there are, the more elite group of people or high class society, if you want to call them that, Nigeria does have a lot to offer, especially here in Abuja. You have beautiful places like this where there's a spa, restaurants, and gymnasium all in one place. There are markets, craft markets, and here we see a gentleman who is making beautiful African sculptures out of wood. Everything that you can imagine as far as beauty and culture and just things that, are part of our African heritage is all here. And like I said before, even with all the things that we think about with the power, the infrastructure, I would pick this every single time compared to my comfort and life at ease in the United States. There's a beautiful thing that's happening now that's really exciting as far as art. It's almost like a renaissance that's happening. And, in this photo, these are my friends, people that I work with. My friend Kenye, who is an artist, and she's also the art teacher at my school now, which is her right here. She put on, an art exhibit, and we went to support it, looking to see what type of things are happening. There's a lot of innovation. There's a lot of, trying to make businesses and things of that nature. And people are trying to live. This place is opening opportunities for many people. Sometimes it proves difficult, but if you have a good idea, you can go really far. And I think that's why I'm comfortable. Many years ago, my grandparents left the Caribbean to come to the United States for a better life. And, I've always been appreciative of it. But in this regard, it seems like I had to come overseas, to come to Africa, so that I can create a new opportunity and find my best life. It's a wonderful experience, and I'm forever will be an expat here in Nigeria.